Imagine you are standing in a crowded room and you see someone who catches your attention. Your heart beats a little faster and you feel a mix of excitement and fear. Most of us have been in this situation and most of us have felt the urge to look down at our phones to hide our nerves. We live in a world where it is very easy to be invisible. We can scroll through a screen and avoid looking at the people right in front of us. But there is a secret language we all speak even when we are not using words. This language is the art of showing that we are truly there in the moment. When we talk about connecting with others, we often focus on what to say. We worry about finding the perfect sentence or a clever joke. But before a single word is spoken, there is a foundation of energy that we carry with us. This foundation is built on being present and being excited about the world. Think about the last time you met someone who was really listening to you. They were not looking over your shoulder or checking their watch. They were right there with you. This feeling of being seen is one of the most powerful things a human can experience. It starts with a simple choice to keep your eyes up and your body open. It is about taking a deep breath and deciding that the person in front of you is more important than the digital world in your pocket. This leads us to a deeper understanding of how we interact. On the surface, we might think that flirting or connecting is just about being attractive or funny. We think it is a performance. But if we look closer, we see that the most effective way to reach someone is through genuine curiosity. When you ask someone a question that makes them think, you are giving them a gift. You are telling them that their thoughts and their dreams have value. Imagine asking someone what they would do if they could have any job in the world for just 1 year. This is not just a question about work. It is a way to peek into their soul and see what they love. By leaning in and looking them in the eye, you are creating a safe space for them to be themselves. This is the first layer of real connection. It is not about you being interesting. It is about you being interested. There is a hidden assumption that many of us carry, which is the idea that we need to be special to be noticed. We think we need a secret trick or a perfect face to make an impression. But the truth is far simpler. Most people just want to feel good. When you bring a sense of enthusiasm to a conversation, you are changing the temperature of the room. You are leaving the other person better than you found them. This does not require you to be the loudest person in the room. It just requires a warm heart and a willingness to share a positive vibe. When we look at the patterns of how people bond, we see a very clear structure. It often begins with a moment of recognition. In the world of stories, we call this the meet cute. It is that first spark when two people truly notice each other. One of the easiest ways to create this spark is through a compliment. But not just any compliment. A good compliment is sincere and observant. It shows that you have actually been paying attention. Instead of saying something general like "you look nice," try saying something specific about how they carry themselves or a unique choice they made. This shows that you are not just walking through life with your eyes closed. You are noticing the details. This pattern of observation and validation is what builds the bridge between two strangers. Now let us think about the idea of playfulness. Sometimes we take life and connection way too seriously. We get so worried about saying the wrong thing that we end up saying nothing at all. Playfulness is like a release valve for that pressure. It is about being a little bit silly or making a respectful joke. It is about showing that you are comfortable enough to have fun. This requires a bit of courage because you are taking a small risk. You might tell someone they are so radiant that you lost your train of thought. It is a bit corny, but it is also charming because it is honest about the effect they have on you. This playfulness acts as a signal that the interaction is a joy and not a chore. If we reframe our perspective, we can see that these actions are not just about finding a romantic partner. They are about how we move through the world every single day. We can practice being present with the person who makes our coffee or the neighbor we pass on the street. Every interaction is an opportunity to practice these skills. When you decide to be attentive to a stranger, you are training your brain to see the beauty in everyone. When you give a compliment to a coworker, you are building a culture of kindness. This is not a set of tricks to get what you want. It is a way of living that prioritizes human connection over everything else. Think about how this applies to your daily life. We spend so much time in our own heads thinking about our problems and our to-do lists. We forget that everyone else is doing the same thing. Everyone is walking around with their own little bubble of worries. When you choose to break that bubble with a warm look or a curious question, you are performing a small act of bravery. You are inviting someone else to step out of their head and into the real world with you. This takes practice. It might feel awkward at first. You might feel a little bit exposed. But that is exactly where the magic happens. The more you do it, the more natural it becomes. You start to see that most people are just waiting for someone to be the first to reach out. You can be that person. You can be the one who starts the conversation. You can be the one who makes someone else feel special today. The world needs more people who are willing to be present. It needs more people who are not afraid to show their enthusiasm. It needs more people who are curious about the stories other people have to tell. These small acts of attentiveness and playfulness might seem simple, but they are the building blocks of a meaningful life. They are how we find our friends and our partners and our community. They are how we turn a cold world into a warm one. As you go about your day tomorrow, try to notice how many opportunities you have to look up from your phone. Notice how many times you could offer a sincere word of praise to someone. Notice the moments where a little bit of humor could lighten the mood. You do not need to be a professional speaker or a famous actor to do this well. You just need to be a human who is willing to be seen. You just need to have the courage to lean in and listen. The next time you feel that nervous spark in your chest, instead of looking away, try taking a deep breath and looking forward. You might be surprised at the beautiful connections that are waiting just on the other side of that look. We are all searching for a way to feel less alone, and the answer is often standing right in front of us. If you knew that every person you met today was secretly hoping for a small moment of genuine connection, would you be more willing to be the one who starts it?